about esports in South Africa? I've seen these large sums of money being spoken about around the world and millions of dollars for winning Fortnite. In South Africa, is it growing? Is there money in it? Can you make a living as a gamer in South Africa?
So if you'd asked me this 2 years ago, I would have said no, but now, yes, I think there's quite a few that are doing this full time. I still think that it has a long way to go. We're a good, 5 years behind the international scene. But in the last few years, we've seen the big prize pools, million-rand tournaments have popped up and kids can win huge money. Also, we've seen South African gamers go overseas, sign to some of the biggest teams there, and they're now sponsored by big fancy car brands and living the dream. So it is possible. We obviously struggle because we're far away from the rest of the world. So competing for us, we have to go to where the competitions are and play on, where we call it playing on LAN. But just because where we are, if we try play online, ping is really bad. So there's a delay in the connection. So it's difficult for us to compete with the best. And obviously if you're not competing with the best, you can't get better. So we normally have to fly people overseas to play. That becomes quite expensive. But we're improving, we're getting better. I believe we have some of the best FIFA players in the world here in South Africa. And I think in the next few years, it is going to become more prominent. We've also been, it sounds horrible, but we've been lucky with COVID because everything's moved online and there's been a huge focus. Brands have done a lot of activations where they've got their traditional sports stars to jump in and play games. So I think that's going to help the South African scene as well. But it's definitely growing. There's definitely space to turn it into a living, and if you train your kids from a young age, they can definitely pay for your retirement.